This is Reed from Art by Reed, and welcome to episode 12 of The Recap. This past month, I completed 4 new digital drawings for one of my clients, as shown here. Another 2 sketches are currently under development, which I'll show off next time. These I created in Inkscape. Yet another client requested some character concept sketches for a video game that they were developing. And here's the final images for that project. These I created in Clip Studio Paint. 10 new stock images were recently finished and uploaded to the various online markets where I sell them. That brings me to around 350 available images if I remember correctly. Next, I'll show my least favorite part of this process, where I simultaneously upload the files. This process is a bit tedious as I have to match the appropriate naming convention, description, categories, and tags for each website. I have found Dreamstime to be more picky on the name of the uploads, and Shutterstock to be more problematic in the reviewing process. Now, as a quick plug, my stock images are priced very competitively. You can get a high-resolution JPEG image for only 99 cents, and unlike most other websites out there, there's no need to buy credits or a subscription to access them. So, if you're looking for affordable stock images, you should check these out. My application to the author program on Goodreads has finally been approved, so that's awesome. I have so far completed 13 poems and 2 short stories for future publications. These still require some minor changes, but they are mostly finished. 3 of those poems are going to be submitted to the next issue of Lyrical Iowa. Now, for this story here, I'm adapting a collaborative play-by-post adventure of mine for use as a short story. I'm changing some genre details, names of characters, and also the narrative point of view from present tense second person to present tense first person, which is kind of tricky, but something fun and different. Two of my previously published print and play games have been uploaded to Teachers Pay Teachers. The first is called Lost Sheep, where players are tasked with locating the cartoon sheep hidden around their classroom. The second is called Also Known As, and is a Christian-themed worksheet where you need to match biblical characters with their second or alternative names. For example, King Solomon's birth name was actually Jedediah, and more famously, Abram was renamed Abraham by God. The comic book making process is a slow one, at least it is for me. A year ago, I completed issue number 1 of the Heroes of Superior Island, which was, of itself, a couple years in the making. I'm working on issue number 2 right now, and there's still a long way to go. One dilemma that I'm currently working through is how to honor the kids who participate in the series. If you didn't already know, children can design their own characters, which will feature in the series. The trouble is that I've got quite the backlog of submissions, and at this rate it's going to take many years to get through them all. I'm not satisfied with that timeline. I want these kids to see their ideas in print long before they no longer care about it. So what I've been playing around with is this. In between each issue, I would publish a handful of illustrated short stories highlighting each character. After all, I can write a short story faster than I can illustrate a full comic book. The first story, titled Ace in the Hole, is already done. The first draft, that is. Since then, I've played around with how to make these accessible to my readers, as well as trying to determine an appropriate art style and ensuring the writing is at a grade-appropriate reading level. The first project on my new Cricut cutting machine involved cutting out letters from lightweight cardstock for a kid's craft in my wife's kindergarten classroom. I don't have much else to show here, hence the blurred area for student privacy reasons, but it was a good learning experience. My favorite weeding tool so far is this tweezer. At first, the other tools I tried to use were damaging the paper, but this one was able to slide underneath no problem. As for my next project, I might use the cutting machine to design elements for seasonal bulletin boards at my church. However, I'm still working out the details on that. Alright, if this is your first time, The Recap is a video blog adaptation of my monthly email newsletter. Get the same content in abbreviated format directly to your inbox by subscribing to my email list with a link in this video's description. Upon subscribing, you will get access to my new subscriber gift bundle and a free download every month. This month's download is the following high-res JPEG stock image. If you enjoy what I do, please consider liking this video and hitting that bell icon to keep up with my newest videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.